Hello and welcome to a bite-sized Pilates session or Pilates workout. Today's focus is going to be all about learning some key fundamentals when it comes to strengthening our core. We're going to begin with learning and revisiting how to find our neutral spine, and then we're going to layer in our 100s exercises. 100s are a great way for building really good core strength and helping us protect our spine, protect our back, and develop a strong core. We're going to use the 100s. We're also going to take a little bit of a twist on some of those 100s movements and experiment with that and have fun with that. So to get ready, come lying on your back in your Pilates resting position. You're going to be resting down on your back with your knees bent, stacked under your feet, stacked under your knees. We're going to feel nice and supported with our pelvis nice and heavy into the mat, our shoulders, our upper back, and the back of our head resting down into the mat. Bring your hands onto your waist and start to roll your pelvis forward and back. So if you were to imagine your pelvis was a bucket full of water, when you rolled forward, the water would start to tip out the front of the bucket, and when you roll back, the water is going to tip out the back. So take those rolls a couple more times, really exaggerate them, and get the sensation of that water tipping at the front and water tipping at the back, and find as much movement as you can in your pelvis and lower back. Now, I want you to come stop in the center where the bucket feels quite level, sitting fully upright, and there's no water tipping out either the front or the back. This should feel like a very neutral position. The bucket is nice and flat, or the pelvis is nice and flat, no water tipping out the front or back. We should feel gently lifted up through the front core muscles and nice and flat and long through the back, through the spine. You might notice that your spine is fully connected to your mat, so it's nice and flat to the mat below you. And you can even just trace your hand down along your waist to just check that there's no opening or gap. Hold that position, rest your arms down by your side. This is hopefully your neutral spine. You've got a nice flat back, your core muscles are engaged, and you might even notice a bit of a lift through the pelvic floor. I want you to see if you can hold that neutral spine position, and we're going to start to bring in some arm movements. Exhale, hold your neutral spine, reach your arms up. Inhale, sweep them around in a circle. And then continue your inhale, exhale. Continue your arm sweeps and circles. And maintain that neutral spine. And we'll take one more arm circle, keeping that neutral spine. Hands back at shoulder height. We're going to turn the palms away and we're going to come into our first 100s exercise. At the same time, I want you to bring your chin to your chest, curl your upper body away, press your arms down. Reach your fingertips away so you're nice and stiff through your elbows and start to pulse your arms. The pulsing the arms up and down, this is the 100s movement. Gaze is down between the knees, really reaching through the fingertips to lever our upper body and spine away from the mat. And with that nice strong pulse through stiff elbows, we should really be noticing the work happening in through that tummy area. Nice and tense into your tummy muscles. Even if you want to press your hand on your tummy just to have a feel, to give you some feedback. And we're going to go for 10 more. Pause there. Lower your upper body down to the mat. Relax your arms. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to lengthen your legs out. Now, if you notice your lower back pulls away from the mat, reconnect to your neutral spine by tucking your tailbone and lifting up through your core muscles. Arms up. Exhale, chin to chest, curl up into your 100s. This time we're working our 100s with nice long legs flat on the mat. Gazes towards the toes. We're pulsing at a rate of about 5 arm pulses for your breath in and 5 arm pulses for your breath out. So give that rhythm a go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go for one more. Then lower yourself down, reconnect the head and shoulders to the mat, lifting up, inhale. Exhale, we're going to press down, and we're also going to elevate the right leg up, and we're going to pulse through the arms. Now we'll start off with both arms pulsing. So our right leg is elevated, and now we're going to bring a bit of support to the head and shoulders by bringing that right arm behind and just pulsing on the left arm. Now, holding yourself up, can you bring your right leg to tabletop? You're going to continue pulsing on the left. And then if your head and shoulders are comfortable to hold their position, you're going to bring the right arm back out and pulse through both arms. And then our final movement here is we're going to lengthen the right toes up towards the ceiling as long and straight as we can. Continue to curl your upper body away. Continue your arm pulses. And we're going to go for in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Work one more of those, in and out. Pause there, right leg into tabletop. Relax those shoulders and the back of the head to the mat. Connect into your core, lift the left leg up. We're in our double tabletop here. We're going to start with our neutral spine and come into some slow toe taps. Tapping one toe down, returning to tabletop, and working that same movement on the other side. This is our toe taps and double tabletop. Arms are down on the mat to give us a little bit of support, help with our connection. Now we're going to speed that movement up. As one toe comes up, the other starts to go down. This is our leg scissors working with bent knees. Now, if you're comfortable to release your arms, they're going to lift up to shoulder height, palms away. As you continue your toe taps, can you slowly reach your arms up? So we're now moving the arms and legs together while we're asking the core to hold neutral spine. Good. Once you're finished your lower, you're going to come straight into another slow arm reach. Arms are moving slowly up overhead. Toes are continuing to tap. Keep that spine connected to the mat below you. Layering in a bit of coordination. We'll take one more arm movement as we try ask the arms and legs to move at different rates and rhythms. Hands are going to hover down by the mat, chin to chest, curl up, hold your legs in tabletop. 100 arm movements in our double tabletop. In for 2, 3, 4, 5, and out for 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause there, hands to your knees, lower your head and shoulders, and allow those knees to come out and up. Let everything relax and soften. This is our recovery and a reset opportunity before we run through that same range of exercises and strengthening on the opposite side. So relax everything into the mat. Now, hands on knees, you're going to squeeze your knees together and then draw them up and out and away, back together. So we're using our arms to guide our knees into a nice big open knee circle where we get some really nice mobility through the hip and the lower back. Now let's go the opposite direction with the circles. So away and wide and then in together at the top. And lastly, just squeeze the knees into chest, lower one leg at a time. And we're going to come straight into our long leg position. Take a moment to refine your neutral spine, drawing up through the tummy area, long through the spine. Chin to chest, curl up, legs nice and long, gaze towards the toes. Pulsing those arms. You're nice and familiar with the rhythm now. 5 pulses with your breath in, 5 pulses with your breath out. Pause there and release yourself down to the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms are going to press down, left leg is going to elevate. We're holding that left leg nice and long and nice and stiff. Okay, for the next few, left hand supports the head. And we're going to keep that supported position as we make the transition, left leg into tabletop. Continue right arm pulses, and when you're ready, come and release the left arm as well, back to our 2 arms pulsing. Good, and we're going to hold there, one more change of position, left leg long, lengthen it up, really elevate through that upper body. And we'll go for 2 more breaths. Pause, left leg in tabletop, reconnect to your mat, soften down. Right leg comes up, double tabletop. Keep your lower back connected, come into your slow toe taps. Exhaling out. And then after you've let all that air drift out, you're taking a nice deep breath back in. Okay, let's increase the speed of the movement. One toe back up, other toe drifts down. Good, now pause and double tabletop. We're going to work into some V legs or long leg position. So toes together. Can you stretch your legs away, pointing the toes, lengthening the knees? Bend back to tabletop. Let's try 2 more of those. Exhale, legs away. Nice and long through the knees. Can you keep your neutral spine? Bend back in. Inhale, exhale, lengthen out once more. Test yourself. See if you can keep your neutral spine. Come back in. Now, if you can keep neutral spine, you can work in your V legs. If you're finding that hard, I want you to stay in your double tabletop. When you're ready, stay in double tabletop or exhale out. Hold position. Let's come into our slow arm arcs. This time we're going to keep the legs nice and still. So a little play on our 100ths movements. Instead of the pulses, we're just going to come into a nice smooth, slow arm reach and lower. At any stage you need to, you can bend those knees back into tabletop. Hands down, knees back in. And then we're finally going to finish with our scissor kicks, with our toe taps. Or if you are comfortable with your V legs, you're going to press your toes together, lengthen out, small little flutter kicks in your long leg position. So we're all working with our scissor legs, either knees bent or knees straight. And we're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back into tabletop. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we'll finish with 100ths in double tabletop. We're going to take 2 more breath cycles. Out for 2, 3, 4, 5. In for 2, 3, 4, 5. And out for 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause there. Squeeze the knees in, lower the head and shoulders down. Exhale out, well done. We're going to lower one foot at a time. That is the end of that strong core work, learning how to get neutral spine, and then building on that with some strong 100ths variations. To round out this little sequence and bit of work, we're going to take a couple of movement exercises to really soften through the lower back. So the first thing we're going to do is bring our feet closer to our hips and just gently rock into a nice pelvic curl, nice and soft, just a small lift through the hips, and then settle back down. We're going to do that about 4 more times. I want you to just lift a fraction higher each time. This is also known as the bridge. Today, we're using it as a nice mobilizer and extension through the lower back. So just be nice and soft and gentle with your lift. Work with what feels good with the body. Feel that nice tuck and curl and maybe a bit of arch and extension through the lower back. We'll take a couple more. Nice. Now, resting down, let the lower back, pelvis, head and shoulders sink into the floor beneath you. Step your feet together. Cross right leg over left. Draw your knees across to the right. Slide your hands away. Take a full breath here. Drawing that knee down and across to the right. Back to center, uncross, and then bring the left leg over the right. Exhale, draw those knees down to the left. Sink and hold. Take a breath in. Exhale out. Come back to center. We're going to take one more in a slightly deeper position if your hips allow. Cross your legs, lift your legs up to tabletop, and then reach or roll those legs off to the side. Try keep your left shoulder blade down if your knees are over to the right. Let them hang in space, or you might let the toe come all the way down to rest on the floor. Belly button to spine, lift those knees back to the center. Recross with your legs up in tabletop. And then slowly down across to your other direction. Letting the toes rest if you can. And sinking the shoulder, the back of the shoulder down. Nice twist for the lower spine, mid-spine, and also into those small muscles in around the hip to finish off the class. Back into center. You're going to uncross the legs, squeeze the knees into chest. Exhale, lower one foot at a time. And then you're going to finish there. So you can stay on your back, take a few knee rolls if you need to, or make your way up into sitting. Just want to say thank you for joining me today for that strong core work where we took a nice twist on our 100s. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some good challenge and benefit from it. And if you want to join me again, keep an eye out or subscribe to YouTube for future videos that I'll upload. If you're interested in more Pilates, I do classes in Christchurch and I also do online classes. So if you're interested to join us for more concentrated Pilates work, head along to my website. The link is on this YouTube page, and get in touch and I can tell you more about the classes I offer. Thank you. Bye.